Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's chapter 36 of Heard You Like Me, and this one is titled Switched. You paused for a second, listening intently around you for his voice, but it wasn't there, so you straightened and looked around. Must have gone. You thought. Yen, come on, what's up? Mina called to you. Yep, coming, you called, running back to the truck with your garbage bag and lobbing it up to Mina. Yeet, you shouted as you let it fly. What was it? How come you stopped? Mina asked as you jumped back up onto the back of the garbage truck. Huh? You asked. Nothing. All good, you said, looking around again. You can try and play it off, but you're obviously on edge about something, she said, crouching to catch a flying garbage bag from Momo. Nah, we good. I'll tell you if it becomes an issue, you said, catching a bag from Jirou and dumping it behind you. All down the street you kept your quirk on, and there was one other time you heard his voice say something like, "You'll pay for seeking me out." You didn't see him though, and just prayed that after this you could all move away from this area so that you could avoid bumping into him again. He's starting to get a little more aggressive in his thoughts, you thought, smiling as the garbage truck stopped at the end of the street and you and Mina jumped off the back of it. Good work, you said, holding your hand out to high-five Jirou, who had worked up a light sweat. Same to you, she replied as she high-fived you back. You did very well, Yin, Momo said as she came over too and high-fived you as well before helping Jirou get out of her exoskeleton. Thanks, man, you called to the garbage truck driver, who was still in his truck, and he waved and then slowly pulled away, leaving you all standing there for a second. Does anyone know where this apartment is that we're supposed to be helping with the moving? You asked the other girls. Oh, I do, Momo said. Let's head there now. It's not far from here. I hope that it is far from here. I hope it's very far from here, you thought, as you looked around again and listened in to see if that guy was still around, but again you didn't hear him, so followed Mina and Jirou as they followed after Momo, with you at the end. It indeed wasn't far to the new apartments, and there were a heap of removalist trucks around the front, so you knew that you were in the right place. Okay, Momo said as she reached the place. Game plan, what do we all want to do? Jirou, should we put the exoskeletons back on for support? Yeah, good idea, you said, contributing before checking out to listen in around you. One more step, and my plan will be put into action, you heard that sinister guy's voice say, and you froze and looked around. Where is he? You thought as you tried to locate him. Judging by a lot of tells in his voice, you knew he was close, but he was hiding, obviously, because you didn't spot him anywhere. Oh, crap. This isn't good, you thought. Hey, Yen? Mina asked. Oh, geez, sorry, you apologised. I'm tired. No, you're not. What is up? You've been acting weird all day, she said. You glanced around again and then looked at her. Nope, just dog-tired. Let's get this over with so we can move on in life, you said. She replied, going to say more, but then the hero appeared and started to give you all directions, so she didn't get to say her piece. Okay, let's start moving the higher levels in first, and then we'll move the lower levels in later, he said. We do have the help of the removalists, so it's not like we have to do this all on our own. Okay, good. Then let's go, you said hurriedly, turning towards the first truck. Here? You asked. This one? I like your enthusiasm, Yin, the hero said with a laugh. Keen to get to work. Wrong, you thought internally. Keen to get the frick out of here before Weirdo kicks his weirdness into high gear. You then replied out loud. You know me, always ready with hands and feet. The hero sweat dropped. Right, he added. Okay, we will start with the truck up front, he said. That one is for the family on level 5. Okay, let's go, you said enthusiastically, marching to the truck. I'll help you, Yin, Momo said suddenly, and before you could make any objections, she was right beside you, ready to help. Cool, you said. Let's do this. Plus ultra, she replied brightly, and you almost had an aneurysm. Oh, stop being so cute. This is illegal, you thought as you looked over at Jirou. She was looking at you but didn't say anything, and you gave her a wink and a smile before being addressed by one of the removalists at the back of the truck. Okay, lassie, you ready? The guy asked as he wrenched open the back door of the truck and jumped up onto the tailgate. Hold on, you said, rolling your sleeves up a little more and showing your well-defined biceps and deltoids. Okay, hit me. Actually, please don't throw a box, I was joking. You added quickly. The guy laughed. Say, you're pretty stacked. You can carry a bigger box. I'll give this one to the miss here, he said, gesturing to Momo with her exoskeleton on. Don't be fooled, she's got pluck, you said to the guy. Never underestimate her. Momo blushed and the guy grinned. Good to hear, he said as he passed the box out to Momo, and then a heavier one to you. Okay, let's get pushing, you said to her, letting her lead the way to the front of the building and then inside and head for the stairs. This way, the hero called from up the stairwell. Level 5, apartment number 2, thanks, he added. Yep, you called from behind Momo, following her up. As you passed a storeroom on level 2, a sudden intrusive thought hit you, coming from someone right near you, and you jumped with surprise. They've gone and done it now, the voice said. They've shown me who they really are. Time to teach them a lesson from the other side. Momo, look out! You shouted at her. What's wrong, Ian? She asked as she turned around and looked at you over the top of her box. We need to get out of here, you said, but your voice was suddenly different and you were standing there looking back at yourself holding the heavier box. Huh? You asked yourself, looking down into Momo's cleavage. Yin, your voice said to you, and you looked up at yourself. Oh my, your voice said, looking down at yourself holding the box. Wait, Momo? You asked the person who was standing in front of you that looked like you. Yeah, your voice replied as you looked back up at you. Wait, am I you? You asked, looking down your front again and noting that this was definitely Momo's body that you were in. We switched bodies? Oh, it appears so, Momo said in your body with a worried look on your face. This is not good, you said in her body. Wow, I can feel all of what you're feeling, you added. And I can feel you too, all of your thoughts and feelings, and it's very loud in your brain, she said suddenly. Yeah, that's my quirk. Wait, you can use my quirk? Can I use yours then? You asked, putting the box down for a second and looking at your arm. Rope, you said, looking down at your arm. You need to be a little bit more focused than that. Momo sweat dropped in your body. Okay, well, that aside, this isn't good. We need to warn the others, you said in her body. You keep going up and I'll run back and warn them. Okay, she said, and you watched on curiously as she ran off in your body. Do I look like that? You asked yourself, still in Momo's body, as you then turned and ran back down the stairs, leaving your box in the hallway. Guys, you shouted as you got back to the van, where Mina and Jirou were being given their own boxes to carry. Oh, hey Momo, Mina called. What's up? I'm not actually Momo, you said in Momo's voice and body. Mina looked at you. What's the joke? She asked. No, I'm being serious. Momo is in my body. I'm in Yin's body and I'm in hers, you said. What? Jirou asked. Are you serious? Dead serious. More dead than serious, but also deadly serious, you deadpanned, and Jirou smirked. Yeah, it's Yin, she said. Holy hell, what happened? Mina asked with surprise. I think we got hit by a quirk, but you guys need to be careful. There's a guy here who isn't good, you said in her body. Mate, it is very trippy trying to do Momo's voice for Yin in Yin's. It's all switched up. So I hope you're following. They have switched bodies. So I am doing Momo's voice for when Yin is in her body, and vice versa, and it does get a little bit more crazy. But stay tuned. Actually, that ends the 3 chapters for this week. I apologise. I'll see you next week for more Heard You Like Me. For those staying on for Shattered Image, that is coming up tomorrow. So I'll see you then.